Welcome to a quick overview of our fulfillment hubs. As a 3PL, you'll really be looking at these from two angles. There's the master hub, your own top level view across every client you fulfill for, and the client side, which is the branded portal each of your customers logs into. We'll set them up, then walk you through both. Let's dive in. So, setting up your hubs. Everything starts in the settings section. You can fully brand the client portals with your own color scheme, your logo, and your favicon, so every hub your client logs into looks like your business, not ours. Next, you set your SLA policies. So as an example, a policy that says orders should be dispatched within 24 hours. You set the target times and the windows, and you choose whether it runs on business hours or around the clock. These policies are what drive the breach tracking you'll see in both the master hub and the client hub. And then there's a customer happiness piece built in. When your client logs in, they can be prompted to take a quick survey on how happy they are with your services. So you can actually watch a client's happiness trend over time. And if someone's becoming disgruntled, you can get ahead of it rather than finding out when they hand in their notice. Now, going back into the master hub, this is what you log into as an operator. Think of it as the single view you want to glance at from the beach. A single snapshot of how your whole fulfillment operation is running. At the top, you've got the order data, alongside your SLA, so you can immediately see what was critically against your policies you set. You can see how many orders are open, and your dispatch velocity for that day. Below that are your SLA breaches, so you can see at a glance which clients need a bit more attention as you take on more brands. And then there's a snapshot for each individual client. The stock alerts, any breaches, and the value they've accrued so far in your billing cycle, so you can see at a glance the health and the value of every client you're fulfilling for. Now let's jump into the client side. To see what the client sees, you simply can click Launch Hub. That logs you in as if you were the client. So this is exactly the portal your customer gets. It sits as a layer between their sales channel and your warehouse operation. On their side, they get all their own data, monthly, weekly, or any date range they choose. They can drill into any order in detail and see its tracking status and which courier it went out with, so they're getting the information straight from the portal instead of having to contact you for it. At a product level, they've got a full catalogue of their inventory. Open a product and there's general information, customs details for international shipping, support for inners, outers, pallets and containers, as well as single pieces, channel linking for their sales channels, supplier information with lead times and costs, custom fields, notes, barcodes and stock logs, so they can see exactly when and why stock was moved. Alongside that, they've got their customers and their suppliers, and they can raise purchase orders and inbound shipments. An inbound shipment is what they're sending in to you, so you can both see what's expected, the products, the quantities and the delivery date before it even arrives at your door. They can also see their own SLA breaches at a client level, so they have full transparency on how you're performing against the targets you've agreed. Communications are self-service too, triggered off orders, shipments, invoices, payments or inventory, and fully customize them without you having to set it up for them. Same with reporting. They've got a full report section with history and templates, and they can also schedule reports to generate and download automatically on whatever frequency they like, rather than logging to pull them in every week. And this is where it gets really powerful. They can build their own apps using AI with Claude. This can be a read-only app like a custom dashboard of exactly the data that they care about, or a read and write app that actually does something in the system. So instead of waiting on custom development, you or your clients can build to your heart's content. So that's the warehouse hubs. The master hub gives you an oversight of every client and their SLAs and their value in one place. And the client hubs let your customers self-service on their orders, stock, reports and notifications, which means far fewer "where's my order" calls coming back to you. If you'd like to see this set up around your own operation, get in touch and we'll walk you through it.